Good day, good day. How are you doing today? The 27th of July 2025. Here we are. It's one of those mornings that is really difficult to get up, right? It feels like you're glued in bed. And I know it's tough for you as well. It's also difficult. But here we are, and we're gonna press on with our purpose, in our desire to read through the book of Proverbs alive. The book of Proverbs live. um, Together. So go grab your Bible if you haven't got that yet and open, and we are reading chapter 27. But before we start, let me just pray. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for being alive, Lord. Thank you that you have a purpose for us in this world. Even though the world is so difficult, you have a purpose for us. And you give us wisdom to live out that purpose. So help us to tap to your wisdom as we read, Lord. Bring to our attention words, concepts, ideas that we need to apply to our everyday lives, things that need to change at heart level, or our heart attitude. We pray that your spirit come and transform us. We can't do that by ourselves, apart from our willingness to be changed, to allow you to change us, Lord. But speak to us as we go through Proverbs 27. Hey, brilliant, let's do it. Verse 1, do not boast about tomorrow, for you do not know what a day may bring. Let someone else praise you and not your own mouth, an outsider and not your own lips. How do you read that? Do not boast about tomorrow. I mean, we can play, but when I read boasting here, it's being a little bit overconfident and proud about tomorrow. I'm gonna go to that place and such will happen. For sure, what is going to happen tomorrow. Yeah. Farshad, welcome. Great to see you here. Good morning to you, or good day to you. Verse 2, let someone else praise you and not your own mouth. Yeah, that's wise. Verse 3, stone is heavy, sand a burden. A fool's provocation is heavier than both. Wow, imagine you carrying this bag of sand in your back, how heavy it can be. And carrying stones as well. But then a provocation of a fool, someone that you know that is not wise, a fool, a stupid person, you could say, provoking you, and it goes into your heart and it's heavier. But it says your anger is cruel and fury overwhelming, but who can stand jealousy? Hi everyone, those of you arriving, welcome. The Adine, Sony, welcome. It's morning in my country. It's good morning to you then. We are reading verse 5 now. Better is open rebuke than hidden love. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiply kisses. Oh, these are very powerful. Better an open rebuke than a hidden love. Wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiply kisses. Now it's better a friend pointing you a little knife than an enemy kissing you because their hearts are not with you. And that's the whole idea of wisdom, of being wise and being teachable. If you are teachable, you welcome someone to speak into our lives, even if it's not the pleasant words. I've been to places, situations, meetings, and in you as well. To me, things that I was doing wasn't correct. Even in my job, team players, or in the major thing, or this project, this is what you're doing with your team. Is not that. This is what's going to happen, and it's not the best community. And that angers me because you do not want people to speak negatively against what you're doing. You just want to hear good things. You want the kisses, but you don't want the knife. You don't want the wound. But Proverbs says it is better. Wounds from a friend can be trusted because the person perhaps speaking into your life, even though it is not pleasant, has a commitment to you, wants to see whatever you're doing prosper. But an enemy, he may give you kisses. It's fine, everything's okay. Go do whatever you want. As long as you are happy, continue in this relationship, it's fine. When you notice not. Verse 7, one who is full loathes honey from the comb, but to the hungry, even what is bitter tastes. Mm. If you are fully satisfied, you're probably disgusted by a bit of a honey, by food, or by whatever. But if you're desperate, even whatever is bitter, it tastes sweet. 059, hi, welcome to you as well. Uh, verse 8, a bird that flees its nest is anyone who flees from home. Perfume and incense brings joy to the heart, and the pleasantness of a friend springs from the heartfelt advice. Again, talking about heartfelt advice from a friend, someone that has a commitment to you. Are you a committed friend? Are you a committed friend that has advice, has wisdom to give to others, can speak through to the people around you, to your friends? You know that perhaps your advice is not going to be well received. It's challenging. It's challenging to do that. Not everyone wants to be confrontational. But a good friend is confrontational when you do in love, like speak the truth in love. Verse 10, do not forsake your friend or a friend of your family, and do not go to your relative's house when disaster strikes. Better a neighbor nearby than a relative far away. It's true. Those of us who live far away from your hometown, you do need to build good relationships because we do need them. No man is an island. Be wise, my son, verse 11, and bring joy to my heart. Then I can answer anyone who treats me with contempt. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. How true is that? I'm going to highlight this one. The prudent see danger. There's often in life, you probably can foresee situations and circumstances that something tells you, and I believe God's Spirit's telling you, do not go there, avoid that. But then you go, you pursue with that, you go and buy that, or do that business, or engage with that person, and realize that wasn't the wisest decision, right? Take refuge. instead of keep going and pay the penalty. 13, take the garment of one who puts up stranger. Hold it in pledge if it is done for an outsider. If anyone loudly blesses their neighbor early in the morning, it will be taken as a curse. What's a funny thing, eh? If anyone loudly blesses their neighbor, blessing your neighbor, blessing a friend or someone near you, it's a good thing. But it says early in the morning and loudly. I think it's how you do it and when you do that. It's the when the time is right to do something, even if it's blessing someone. How you do it. Otherwise, it will be taken as a curse. It will be taken as something that you meant to do positively. It will be really misunderstood and become negative. Verse 15, a quarrelsome wife is like the dripping boop, 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 of a leaky roof in a rainstorm. Restraining her is like restraining the wind or grasping oil with the hand. A quarrelsome husband, someone, your partner, someone in a relationship, this person that is argumentative, a moody person that every it's an opportunity for an argument, and certainly it's not pleasant because it takes your energy, right? These people restraining her is like restraining the wind. You can't, or grasping oil with your hands. But then verse 17 is very interesting because it says that as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. I do believe in relationships, especially in a marriage relationship. Those of us that are married understand that you do sharpens one another and you do speak through to one another. Because she does speak things or picks up things that we do not pick, and it helps to sharpen me in many ways, my thinking, and likewise me for her, or good friends or people that you trust. Iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. You have a mentor, when you have a coach, when you have people that are helping you to improve your game or to improve your skills. Again, it's not pleasant. Sharpening iron, there's a lot of banging, a lot of heavy machinery. There is a process of being sharpened to become better in what we do, to become wiser in what in our lives. Verse 18: the one who guards a fig tree will eat its fruit, and whoever protects the master will be honored. Guard a fig tree and eat its fruit. Looking after resources, all the resources you have. As water reflects the face, so reflects the heart. One's life reflects the heart. How do you read that? Or Neck, I'm not so sure I can say your name, but welcome. Mario Mushroom, hi, welcome. Verse 20, death and destructions are never satisfied, and neither are human eyes. Powerful verse. Death and destruction never satisfy. Why does it say that? Because it's something that never quits and keeps going. It comes to my fire, right? Fire keeps you spreading if you don't put it out. As long as that is the main three elements, I think it's fuel, heat, and oxygen. It keeps going until you isolate it. But death and destructions are never satisfied, and neither are human eyes. Why does it say that? This has to do with dopamine. When we are scrolling and we are so hooked in our devices that when we see 2 hours have passed, we are never satisfied because we want more, we want to see more, we want to feed our brain. It's chemical, isn't it? Verse 21, the crucible for silver and the furnace for gold, but people are tested by their praise. People are tested by their praise. That's an interesting one. Is that when people are praised, that they are tested? What are you going to do with the praise? When someone tells something good about you, that's interesting to reflect. 22. Though you grind a fool in a mortar, like grain with a pestle, you will not remove their folly from them. Wow. How do we remove folly from the fool? It is the process of transformation, because we can be fool in many areas, right? Anime greetings from Scotland. Hey, hello. We're not too far. Because we are also full in areas, right? No one is perfect. What does it take to take the folly from us? It's not a physical process. It's a process of action. As long as there is a willingness in us to be grind or greeted, or to be ground, right? I think that's the proper English way to say that. You will not remove the folly from them. I believe it's a process of transformation. And the more wise we get, the more we learn, more we learn, and then we change. Verse 23, be sure you know the condition of your flock. Give careful attention, for riches do not endure forever, and the crown is not secure for all generations. When the hay is removed and new growth appear, and the grass from the hills is gathered in, the lambs will provide you with clothing, and the goats with the price of a field. You will have plenty of goats' milk to feed your family and to nourish your herd. 23 to 20, verse 23 to 27. How do you read that? The conditions of your flock. Could that be people under you? Could that be your family? I was thinking about that. I've been thinking a lot about my kids. Got 3 kids, teenager and 2 primary school kids. And we live in a very strange and complicated world. How do I know the condition of their lives, their souls? And it's always this fight. How much screen do I allow them to have? And what is the influence? What are they feeding that little soul, that little brain, little mind? I'm not sitting with them all the time to pay attention to what they're consuming. Of course, as a parent, we put all the blockages, and then we have the YouTube for kids, and there are things that you put in place to protect them. But at the same time, when they go to school, how do we know for sure the influence of people that you have no control of? But how do I know the condition of their hearts? I've been thinking about that, and meal times asking questions, not just how was your day, but recently we got a set of questions. If you find in Amazon, whatever website, it's a little box with different questions about life, random questions, and you drag things. We ask questions to one another, and they can talk. Perhaps that's one way I can find out about the condition of their heart. But what about in your workplace? If you are a supervisor or a manager, or if you run your own business, if you lead a ministry, Know the condition of your flocks. Give careful attention to your herds. For riches do not endure forever. It could be resources as well, right? Riches do not endure forever. It's seasonal, right? And the crop is not secure for all generations. Mm. When the hay is removed, the grass from the hills is gathered in, the lambs will provide you with clothing, and the goats will with the price of a field. You will have plenty of goats, milk to feed your family and nourish your female servants. Guys, this was Proverbs 27. What was relevant to you? Um, what was the verse that spoke to you? I mean, the whole looking after your sheep is very relevant to me. But I also like the verse, it's the fifth verse that says, better the open rebuke than hidden love. Wounds from a friend than the kisses from your enemy. Verse 5 and 6. That spoke a lot to me. Like my ability of receive um, judgment, or receive, not judgment, but receive advice or a word that I do not want to receive. Anyway, this is chapter 27, and tomorrow we'll be back to read chapter 28. I hope you have a wonderful day. May God bless you and give you his wisdom and his grace. Be blessed. Ben Reed, nice to see you here, Ben. Join us tomorrow. Guys, be blessed. I will see you tomorrow, same time, 5:30 UK time. We're reading Proverbs 28. Bye for now.